compounding, how it can affect you positively or negatively in all aspects of your life, be it finance, be it your habits, be it your relationships, be it your health. So what is compounding? So it is adding a small percentage on top of what you already have achieved, gaining it day by day, increasing its value exponentially. If you improve by 1% in anything, over a span of a year, you would have improved 37 times. And the inverse is also true. If you decline by 1% every day, you will get down to almost zero. So how it works is, if you draw a graph where the x-axis is the time and this is the result that you want to see, a 1% improvement, so if you start at 1 and a 1% improvement initially will not look a lot, but over time it will just exponentially blow out of proportion. But the same is also true. If you get worse 1% every day, it will lead you to 0% eventually. We overestimate the things that we can achieve in a period of a month and underestimate the things that we can achieve in a period of a decade. If you look at it this way, x-axis is time, and then we have the result that we want to see. This is always how the growth is. But what we expect to see is this kind of growth, which never happens. And we are left in this valley of despair where we feel like what we expected to happen, not what we achieve. Another way to look at it is, if we remove the axes, so this is what we expect to happen. Like we are over here, we start our journey over here and we expect it to grow linearly. But what happens is it doesn't grow in the way we expected. It grows slowly in the beginning, and over time our expectations are met and it blows out of proportion. So if we just rotate this and see, this is the same graph that I drew earlier, but in a different kind of view. So this is the valley of despair that we are talking about. And since we don't see this result and we see that what we expected is over here and what we are getting is over here, we are demotivated and we don't continue with the path. But if we give it enough time, enough time over here, whatever this may be, this might be 1 year, this might be 2 years or a decade, eventually we'll see results which are much more than what we expected. And this is the power of compounding. This is the expectation. And this is where we truly are. And here we are sad. But once we reach over here, this is where we achieve what we want. A like to the video would also be exponentially helpful. The negative is also true. The same graph, if we look at it in this way, let's think about a bad habit like smoking. We know it's bad for us, right? This is what we expect to happen. Like as soon as we start smoking, this is what we feel like our health would go. And you feel like, you can stop at some point and it will be better. But we don't see the adverse effects of smoking until some time. Initially, when we start smoking, there is not a lot of difference that we see in our life. But over the years, what happens is the effect is so bad that it is much worse than we anticipated. I call this the valley of underestimation, where we expect it to go linearly and we feel like we are in control and we'll stop the habit, but we don't see the effect until it's long overdue and the effects are exponentially worse. We should always try to inculcate good habits and be prepared to not see the results for a very long time and have this habit of delayed gratification. In today's world, we are bombarded with instant gratification, and it's good to step back and to analyze what habits we have currently and to remove the bad ones and inculcate good ones. We won't see the effects of these, in a span of a week or a month or maybe even a year, but the future you, 10 years from now or even 5 years from now would be very thankful to you that you stuck to these habits. So one of the ways I track my habits are through these beads, these analog beads, and you can learn more about that in this video.